Welcome to the lecture on business and finance vocabulary. And here are your 7 words for this lecture. Audit, compensate, reimburse, revenue, turnover, creditor, debtor. The first word then is audit. Audit. An audit is an examination, often of a company's financial accounts by an accountant. So here you have some accountants auditing people's accounts, business accounts. Here are some example sentences. Each year they audit our accounts and check if they are accurate. They plan to audit the company. The bank found out the problem when they carried out an internal audit. In this third sentence, audit is being used as a noun. So an accountant audits things. Accounts usually, you can audit accounts. You can audit a company. And you can carry out a company audit. So as a verb, audit, audits, auditing, audited. An auditor is the person that carries out the audit. So some synonyms for audit: investigation, inspection. These are the noun synonyms for audit. Check, analysis, review, scrutiny as well. And here's your next word, compensate. Compensate. If you compensate someone, you give them money or things to replace something that was lost or damaged. So here, somebody is compensating somebody else with some money. And here you are being compensated. Well done, you're being compensated by this lady. When the bank collapsed, the government compensated customers for their losses. She promised to compensate her victims for the trauma they suffered. The court ordered him to pay $300 compensation. So in the third sentence, compensation is a noun. So you can compensate someone. You can compensate for a loss. You can be fully compensated and adequately compensated. So as a verb, you can have compensates, compensating, compensated, and compensation is the noun. And some synonyms: pay back, repay, make up for, reimburse. And here, in fact, is the word reimburse. So very similar to compensate. If you reimburse someone for something, you pay them back some money, often to cover a loss or to refund money for damaged goods. So again, like compensation, reimburse is you're giving something back to someone for a loss. And again, there you have the prefix re, which means again. Imburse is not a word that's used today, but it basically means in the purse, in purse. A purse is a wallet, so it contains money. So literally reimburse means back in the purse. Some example sentences. Participants will have their travel expenses reimbursed. The funds will reimburse policyholders in the event of insurer failure. She is demanding reimbursement for her medical expenses. So you can reimburse someone for, you can reimburse costs, reimburse expenses. You can seek reimbursement. And forms for reimburse: reimburses, reimbursing, reimbursed. And a reimbursement is the noun form, the process of reimbursing someone. And some synonyms for reimburse: compensate, of course, pay back, repay, refund. And here's the next word: revenue. Revenue. So money that a company, organisation, or a government receives from people. So, for example, through a sale, through sales or through taxes, is revenue. Revenue. Money coming in. So, for example, last year, we enjoyed a massive increase in revenue. The government increased revenue by raising taxes. Fishing is the town's main source of revenue, the main source of money coming in. So you can generate revenue, you can boost revenue, you can raise revenue, and you can get extra revenue as well for something. Some synonyms for revenue: income, profit, proceeds, funds, earnings, receipts, or simply money. And here's the next word: turnover. Turnover. So the turnover of a company is the value of goods or services it sells. It's a company's total income before taking off expenses. It's the total income of a company. So, for example, the company had a turnover of $1.2 billion in 2015. Total turnover rose by 13%. The third sentence is a slightly different use of the word turnover. The manager admitted that staff turnover was high. Staff turnover is the staff leaving the company. So if staff turnover is high, it's usually a bad thing because lots of staff are leaving. So staff turnover, different use of the word turnover. You can have a turnover of, annual turnover, high turnover, staff turnover. And some synonyms: revenue, income, earnings. Turnover is not the same as profits. Profits is income minus expenditure. Turnover is just the income. Your next word: creditor. Creditor. Creditors are people who you owe money to. So they're people that give you money, and eventually you will pay it back, or you should pay it back. But before you do pay the money back, the people that gave you the money are your creditors. So this man here, a very dodgy looking man, is giving me some money. When I take the money, he becomes my creditor. I owe him the money. Banks are often creditors today. Creditor comes from the word credit, which actually comes from the Latin verb which means to believe. Credere means to believe. So it's money given in the belief that it will be repaid. So, for example, the company said that it would repay all its creditors. It will be the second bailout of Greece and its creditor banks. You must pay back your creditors within 30 days. So you can have creditor banks, you can owe a creditor, you can repay a creditor, you can persuade a creditor to give you more time to pay the money back. So creditor is a noun, so you can have lots of creditors. And the synonyms for creditor: bank, normally a creditor's banker, lender. Loan shark is a bad nasty kind of creditor, somebody who gives loans to poor people at a high rate of interest. So a loan shark is a very nasty creditor. A debtor is kind of the opposite of creditor. So a debtor is somebody who owes money to a creditor. So if you took the money from the man with the cigar, then you are a debtor. You owe somebody money. And here's a debtor. He's got lots of bills to pay. He's deep in debt. And here's the word debt. So a debtor is in debt. They must pay money back to somebody. Debtors must manage their finances carefully. If you are a debtor, we can give you financial advice. In Europe, economic decisions often pit creditor nations against debtor nations. So a debtor owes money. A debtor repays. You can have a debtor country and a debtor nation. Again, it's a noun, so debtors. And some synonyms for debtor. Well, borrower is the best one I can think of. A borrower, somebody who borrows money. So there are your 7 business words: audit, compensate, reimburse, revenue, turnover, creditor, and debtor. In this lecture, I'm going to take you through 7 words connected with business. And here are those 7 words: enterprise, entrepreneur, found, franchise, merge, restructure, and subsidiary. So the first word is enterprise. Enterprise. An enterprise is a business or a company. It can be quite small. It's often used to describe small businesses. It can also be used to describe a project. And also, in a more general sense, enterprise can mean a hard-working or creative spirit. But the most common use is for a kind of small business, often one that tries to innovate in some way. Here are some example sentences. Small enterprises are flourishing under current government policies. Flourishing means doing really well. It's one of Hungary's most successful enterprises. Their enterprise, energy and thrift made them natural leaders in the community. This third sentence shows the hard-working, creative sense of the word enterprise. Common collocations: a commercial enterprise, a profitable enterprise, private enterprise, and sometimes state enterprise. And here is again the word enterprise. You can have enterprising. There you have an adjective, enterprising. And some synonyms for enterprise: business, company, and firm are general words for enterprise. Activity, project, undertaking. Those last 3 words, activity, project, undertaking, are the idea of an enterprise as a project. Now, somebody who runs an enterprise is an entrepreneur. So an entrepreneur is someone who sets up an enterprise, who sets up a business, often again small, sometimes on their own. And it suggests a business person with qualities such as creativity, determination, drive. Here's an entrepreneur at work on his MacBook. So some examples. The two entrepreneurs set up their company 2 years ago. The government is providing financial incentives for entrepreneurs to innovate. Bill Fish, the Californian entrepreneur, founded a new internet search engine in 2006. So some common collocations. You can have a successful entrepreneur, a budding entrepreneur. That's somebody who wants to become an entrepreneur. An entrepreneur founds. The word found we'll come to later in the course, but it means starts. So you found a business. And an entrepreneur builds a business as well. The first word there, a successful entrepreneur. You can of course have a failed entrepreneur. And entrepreneurs is the plural. And you can turn entrepreneur into an adjective. Entrepreneurial. Entrepreneurial. Entrepreneurial spirit. Here's a noun, entrepreneurship. Entrepreneurship. And some synonyms for entrepreneur: businessman or businesswoman or business owner. And another word for owner is proprietor. Proprietor has a slightly different sense from entrepreneur, but it's fairly close. And a solopreneur is an entrepreneur who works on his or her own. So they have only one person themselves running the business. The next word is found. Found. In the business sense, when you found a company, you start it, you set it up. Nothing to do here with the verb to find, actually. The verb is to found, to found. So it's when you start an organization. So for example, Facebook was founded by Mark Zuckerberg. The business, founded in 1923, recently suffered severe financial setbacks. And he founded the company in 2007. So he started the company in 2007. We often talk about a company being founded by somebody. Founded by Mark Zuckerberg. Founded by Richard Branson. Founded in 1953. Founded in 2006. So you found a business. Or you found an organization. So the word found is a verb again. In the present simple, it's founds. Founding. Founded is the very common. See, he founded Facebook. He founded Virgin. You can also get the noun foundation. Foundation is the start of something. So when a company was started, it had its foundation. So the foundation of the company was in 1923. He founded the company in 1923. So synonyms: begin, start, initiate. Form is quite a close synonym. He formed Facebook. Establish and organize. Our next word is franchise. Franchise. Often, large companies like McDonald's and Starbucks, often food companies or drinks companies, they allow other businesses to sell their goods or their services, their products, and they can use their branding as well. So if you want to set up your own Starbucks, then you buy a franchise from Starbucks and you sell Starbucks coffee through your own business. You have set up a Starbucks franchise or a McDonald's franchise. They won the franchise to run the railway system, so you can also have a franchise for transport systems. The franchise holders were unhappy with the policies of the parent company. So the parent company would be the international headquarters of Starbucks or McDonald's or the national headquarters of the railway system. She bought a franchise
to run a Starbucks coffee shop in the new shopping centre. Some common collocations: you often talk about a fast food franchise, franchise holders, franchise owners, and you can run a franchise. Franchises. You can do franchising. If you sell franchises, you do franchising. There aren't really any synonyms for franchise because it's such a specialised business term. Our next word is merge. Merge. If one thing merges with another thing, they come together. They combine to make one whole thing. So here on this road sign, 3 roads merge to become one road, one bigger road in fact. We often get mergers, 2 rivers merge, often merge, so 2 rivers merge to become one river. If 2 companies merge, they form one new company, and it's often bigger than the other 2 older companies. So for example, the Bank of America merged with Merrill Lynch, and they formed one gigantic financial organisation and made lots of money. Modern and traditional architectural elements merge in a clever way. So here styles can merge as well. Elements can merge. We talk about merge with, merge into, merge together. Merge is a verb, so you can have mergers. So it merges, merging, merged. And for a noun, you can have the word merger. Merger. You can also put in a suffix. No, you can't. You can put in a prefix. You can put a prefix before the word merge. So, for example, the word emerge. Emerge. So if you come out of a crowd of people, you emerge. So you come out of the merged crowd and you're on your own. The opposite of merge is unmerge. This is when 2 things separate. It's the opposite of merge. But we normally in English say separate or split. Unmerge is not that common. Some synonyms for merge: amalgamate, join, blend, which is very good for styles. So architectural styles blend together. You blend colours. Combine and unite. Our next word is restructure. Restructure. If you restructure an organisation, you change the way it is organised, usually to make it operate more effectively. And at the start of the word restructure, you've got the prefix re, which means again. So if you restructure, then you structure something again. So for example, the president called on educators to help him restructure the American education system. Many banks were forced to restructure after the banking collapse of 2008. Yes, there's a typing error there. It should be many banks. And they made every effort to restructure their company. So we have this collocation, very common: restructure the company, restructure the economy. If you restructure something in a big way, you radically restructure. Completely change something, you radically restructure it. Successfully restructure. So you can have restructures, restructuring, restructured. And some synonyms for restructure: reorganize, reform, reconstruct, reshuffle. And our last word is subsidiary. Subsidiary. Not subsidiary. You can see the word diary on the end, but no, subsidiary. A subsidiary is a company which is part of a large and bigger company. Subsidiary. You can see this with the prefix sub. Sub means under, which kind of emphasizes that a subsidiary is under a larger organisation, under the headquarters of the company. So, for example, British Asia Airways is a subsidiary of British Airways. It's one of 10 subsidiaries of Cossack Holdings, and CNPC agreed to buy a 10% holding in Vankoneft, a subsidiary of Rosneft, the Russian oil company, I believe. Common collocations are subsidiary of a company, a subsidiary company, and a wholly owned subsidiary. And the plural of subsidiary, subsidiaries. And some synonyms, not many. The only one that is kind of close to subsidiary is subordinate, like a subordinate company, but it's a very specialised word, subsidiary, so not many synonyms there. So there are your 7 business words: enterprise, entrepreneur, found, franchise, merge, restructure, and subsidiary.
In this lecture, we're going to look at 7 words connected to business finance, business money. And the 7 words are gross, net, liquidate, quarter, return, tariff, quota. The first word is gross. Gross. The word gross, when talking about money, means total, the whole amount. So there's a picture of an apple. It's a whole apple. So gross means whole. For example, Apple recorded a gross profit last year of $88 billion. So this is before they had to pay out things like tax. So their total profit was $88 billion. This bank account offers a gross interest rate of 3.4%. So in other words, before tax, she earned $236,000 gross last year. So gross here is being used as an adverb. So she earned a gross amount. She earned gross. Titanic grossed $28 million in its opening weekend. So here it's being used as a verb. So again, before they paid out tax, the amount that Titanic made was $28 million. It's the gross amount. So gross, as I said before, it can be used as a verb, grosses, grossing, grossed. But normally it's used as a noun or an adjective. So we talk about gross profits, gross income, gross interest. And here it's used as a verb. The movie grossed. And some synonyms: total, whole, entire, and also pre-tax. Pre-tax, before tax. So gross, the total amount of something before taxes have been taken away. The next word is net. Net. So a net amount as opposed to a gross amount, a net amount is one which remains when everything that should be taken away, such as tax, has been taken away. So it contrasts with gross. We talk about gross profit before tax, net profit after tax. For example, last year we saw an increase in our net profit. So a net profit is what remains after taxes and expenses have been subtracted. Net incomes are expected to rise next year. So after tax incomes. So this is how much people earn after they've paid tax. Profits are just over $50,000 net. So here net is being used as an adverb. Talk about net income, net profit, net gain, and net of something. Some synonyms: final, remaining, eventual. But these are not close synonyms. Net is quite a precise word. Net. The next word is liquidate. Liquidate. If you liquidate a company, then you close it down, you finish the company, and you sell all of its assets, usually because the company is in debt and it needs to pay off the debt. So you liquidate the company, you sell off its assets. And it comes from liquid. So when you turn assets, buildings, machinery, if you liquidate it, you're turning it into money, liquid cash. Some example sentences: a unanimous vote was taken to liquidate the company, so to close the company. The court has appointed a receiver to liquidate the company. So a receiver is someone who does the liquidating. The company closed down operations and began liquidating its assets. So it started to sell off its assets for money. Liquidate is a verb, so liquidates, liquidating, liquidated. The process, the noun, is liquidation. Liquidation. So liquidation is the process of liquidating a company. Some common collocations: you liquidate a company, you liquidate assets, so you turn assets into money. And we talk about voluntary liquidation. So when a company wants to, it decides itself to close down. It's a voluntary liquidation. But sometimes companies are told by a judge, by a court, that they must close down, and that's a compulsory liquidation. Some synonyms: sell off or sell up, pay off. So there you are, liquidate. The next word is quarter. Quarter. Now, in business terms, a quarter is a fixed period of time, 3 months, a quarter of a year, 3 months. Companies often divide their financial year into 4 quarters, into 4 periods of 3 months. Quarter. Some example sentences: the company's third quarter results will be published tomorrow. The company performed better than expected in the current financial quarter. It makes no difference whether dividends are paid quarterly or annually. So here, quarterly is an adverb, the adverb form of quarter. Quarterly. And some common collocations: the first quarter, also of course the second, the third, the fourth quarter, the previous quarter, the current quarter. And as an adverb, we can talk about quarterly profits. No synonyms really, it just simply means 3 months. Quarter. The next word is return. Return. A return on an investment is the profit you get from that investment. For example, profits have improved, but the return on our investments remains low. Higher returns on an investment usually mean higher risk. The company showed lower returns this year. So it's a noun, so the plural is returns. And some common collocations, we expect a return on our investments. We maximize a return. We can talk about a higher return or a lower return and annual return. So the annual amount we get back on our investments is the annual return. Some synonyms: profit, earnings, so profit on an investment, earnings on an investment, income, yield, and revenue. Revenue. So return. The next word, and in fact the next 2 words, are connected with trade. And the first of the words is tariff. Tariff. A tariff is a tax that a government collects on goods and sometimes services that come into a country. So, for example, Canada wants to eliminate tariffs on agricultural goods. So agricultural goods coming into Canada, Canada wants to remove those taxes on goods coming into Canada. Protectionist policies lead to a rise in tariffs. So if you increase tariffs, you're protecting your country from imports. The WTO has been successful in reducing tariffs globally. So tariff is a noun, so you can talk about tariffs. A tariff on goods, a tariff on imports. If they go up, if tariffs go up, we talk about a tariff increase or a tariff reduction. And some common synonyms for tariff: tax, duty. Duty is a very common synonym for tariff. Levy, excise, excise, and charge. So tariff. The next word is quota. Quota. A quota is a limited number, a limited amount of something which is officially allowed into a country. So we can talk about a quota of meat, a quota of electronic goods. And quotas are often used in trade agreements between countries. So for example, South Korea now imposes quotas on beef imports to protect its weak farm industry. So South Korea says that only a certain amount of beef can come into South Korea. The quota of 4 tickets per person had been reduced to 2. The new law will force employers to adopt a quota system when recruiting workers. So quota is a noun, so quotas. And we talk about a quota system. You impose a quota. You can have a quota on imports. If you're specifying the amount, you say a quota of 10 tons. So 10 tons of meat, for example. And some synonyms: allowance, allocation. But quota is quite a precise noun. Quota. So there are your 7 words for business finance: gross, net, liquidate, quarter, return, tariff, quota. So can you remember these words? So have a go at the practice quiz and the vocabulary record to help you remember those 7 words.